Alright, what is up, guys? Another one with Quake Champions here. I think it's gonna be one of the last of Quake Champions reviews because a lot of people ask for Quake Live games and Quake 4 games, and there is honestly yesterday I was checking what potentially we could do, and there is like a lot of crazy games in the past which happened and we could rewatch. Um, I was even thinking about starting with some Quake 4 and WSVG finals between Fatality and Tox because that was like great game and there was like two BO3s because the first one was lost by Tox. But anyway, that's not the matter of this subject. Um, we got something interesting. I did Cooler and Rapha from this tournament, so PGL 2018, which was in Romania. By the way, great tournament and great production. Like this place where they are sitting now, as you see, was extremely hot. I remember there was like a lot of lights and it was super hot. They're sitting without the shoes, and I'm I'm surprised that Agent can play with a hoodie on. But I've read some comments about the games, and I heard that this game between Agent and Rafa is much more interesting than Cooler against Rafa was. Uh, and I can see why. Agent has extremely big fan base in CIS region, and it's gonna be honestly American powerhouse against Russian Tsar. So it's like long story. It's like Rocky Balboa against Ivan Drago. So it's those kind of vibes we got here today. Um, what we see, Agent before that game took a lot of time to prepare and set up. And I like that he still was using like the Steel Series Siberia white like headsets he has. I remember using them for a very long time in the past, and I mostly use them at home. They were super comfortable because they were very lightweight, so you couldn't really feel them, and it felt like a lot of air getting into your like ears and head. So you during the times where when there was a summer, um, you didn't get hit up with those headsets too much. Let's move it a little bit. Um, that was a great that was a great setup for like casters. We had Jahar, 40 Lions, and we had like Jason like asking some questions and strategic wise, yeah. We still see Agent warming up with an admin, but let's try to jump to the game. All right, so we're gonna start with Blood Run, which is old school map, and Agent knows this map perfectly from Quake Lifetimes and Quake 3 times. Uh, and I think that's one of his best maps because like the most important on Blood Run was to not get behind with the champions or with frags too much if there was a time limit tournament duels. So Agent is really good at that. He's really good at not giving away frags, playing very slow, and then he's super good at running away on like Blood Run on any kind of map. Agent's strong side is like keeping the advantage of frags or champions. And back in the days, I think Agent was one of the very few people who constantly used Nyx, which was super strong on that map. We usually seen like something like Ranger, Galena, mediums, like BJ, maybe like Visor, etc. And Agent was one of the very few people who used Nyx. And later on, history teaches us that Agent, like when he played for fun ranking games, he always picked Nyx, and he was like winning the most of the ranking games. So that was his favorite champion back then and later on as well. And it allowed him to make a mistake and then use Invis and kind of cancel this mistake so he doesn't lose the frag. So, but he's still starting with Ranger, which is super interesting. But Ranger was extremely good on this map for the forced spawn because with an orb, sometimes you could take like both items. If he picked Nyx, he would never be able to do that. Sometimes you could spawn somewhere LG, take Mega, and orb to the heavy. So Ranger as a force pick sometimes was quite good. So as we said, yeah, um, Rapha didn't pick Nyx. Instead, he's playing BJ, and Agent has Nyx. I'm curious if Agent would lose the Force Champion if he would second pick Nyx. I think he would have to, right? Because like Nyx gives him ability to like make a mistake, but also gives him ability to. Okay, so listen. What's really important as well with Nyx here is like it's super hard to catch an opponent because you can hear everything on this map. If opponent is playing here or like there on this yellow like plasma area, it's super hard to attack him from here because he's gonna hear you and run here, right? And vice versa. Or like there near rocket launcher like TP. So Nyx also allows you to use invis, for example, here, double jump like there, and maybe attack like with invis and guarantee your frag if you have control. If you're playing any other like champion, then it's super hard to get your opponent. Okay, both use their orbs. That was super fast attack from Agent. I didn't expect that. But Rapha now has an advantage. He took like heavy. He also took like mega health, and now he's gonna take lower armor. And this map is extremely easy to run, and that's why it's super important to not lose the frag because there's only two armors, so it's very easy for him to maintain control. Now he understands that forced is heavy, then is mega, and then this green armor. In Quake Live, when there was like 25-35 seconds, it was a little bit different, and you could mix up and still like steal some like armors from your opponent when he had control. But here everything is in order, so force heavy, then mega, then lower, then upper. Uh, so it's like very important for Agent to survive now and not give away frag. But I think what Rapha gonna do is gonna take this green armor and he has to enter TP and try to make a frag on Agent, especially that he knows that Agent doesn't have like orb. Yep, yep. Agent didn't do too much damage with rocket. Like if he did like really good damage from rocket, from force rocket, I think that will stop Rapha and he would like let him go and not push till the end. But the first few rockets were really low damage, like here, here, here. So it allowed him to chase him. That was a good rail in the end. Not sure about Galena pick as a second pick. I think Galena is much slower than Ranger. Ranger already has an orb back. He can run away with orb. He can attack with orb. He can like escape with orb. Galena has no ability to chase him, and Agent is already one frag down, and Agent is much better running away than like chasing his opponent. But let's see what he's gonna do. He also knows heavy armor is coming up and he has a rocket, so I think he might secure it. And Rapha won't risk like orbing to the heavy because he's very low stack now. So let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, he dropped down. Okay, he can steal it. No, that's a good rocket. And good push from Agent. He knew Rapha is low, so he tried to make a damage, but it didn't pay off. Now he's lower stack than Rapha. Still, we got very easy rotation. Again, heavy force, then mega health, then there's lower and green about the same time. I think Agent still didn't pick up the lower one. Oh, it's not up even. It's gonna be up soon, I think. Agent has to wait for it, for this lower green. He cannot contest heavy. He can take the lower green and try to do some damage on Mega. Okay, yeah, he has to run away. Very good that Rapha didn't hit this rail. For Agent, it's really good. Rapha still has an orb. The problem is he's only switching to rocket now, see? There's animation coming up, so he knows when he's missing rail, his rail is on reload, so he cannot really fight. Even if he would orb into Agent, he wouldn't be able to do any damage because he will have a railgun in his hands in close range. So he's instantly changing to rocket and then he's gonna use orb probably. Yep. The dodging made Rapha not go for it because see, like Agent kind of didn't go like that way. He stick to this side, so Rapha instantly knew that he's not gonna deal any damage with orb, first of all. And second of all, he already took some damage here, right? So he decided to not push. Very good double back afterwards from Agent because he managed to came out and still do damage to Rapha and made him low. See? He still hit a direct. Great reaction from Rapha. He knew he won't be able to run away towards HP and probably gonna be dead, so he rocket jump away. So he tries to like keep his life and keep his champion, which is super important. And as I mentioned in some like videos before, round duel base were either very fast or extremely long. So let's see how long is that one. Okay, we got this one. Then we got heavy coming up, mega health coming up, and right with mega health there is like lower green. Both players know about that. Okay, Agent was trying to control the area with Tribal, which is the best weapon choice there. Super good rail from Rapha, which allow him to open up the game and take heavy and mega health. And now it's interesting. It's 2 minutes left. Agent is 2 champions down. I'm curious what Rapha gonna do, because what Agent will do, he will try to run away and keep his lead probably. Play like rocket heavy behind the corner games. But not Rapha. I think, as I mentioned before, he's always playing the Quake as it's poker, so he's taking his odds and he knows that the best for him, like he has a rotation. Why would he go like defensive mode? He has to take this heavy and he needs to try to at least attack Mega Health. Probably Agent gonna spawn on Rocket though and might be able to block. That's a good route because I think this blocked Agent from spawning to Rocket, so he cannot really contest as hard on Mega Health. Plus, he will have time to pick up health, be full health, and take heavy, and then attack Mega, so he's in perfect scenario now. Yep. That was the only choice from Agent to attack. Yeah, that was his only chance. Like, if he didn't like go aggressive here and stayed there and try to back off, Rafa would hit some rockets. He has LG. He would switch to LG and kill him eventually, or maybe like bait out the invis from Agent. Agent jump over, hit the full shotgun, went invis, and hit the another shotgun. That was perfect execution from Agent, and this opened up the game for him because he's only gonna be 1 champion down. Yep, the shotgun did 136 damage. That's fucking insane. Yep. And now everything is possible because, as I said, Nex is super fast. She has invis, so she can easily chase Galena. Galena cannot run away, so Rafa cannot really go full like defensive mode and try to defend his lead. He has to fight for the control. Heavy coming up. Rafa playing super aggressive. Good invis for Agent. It will allow him to take the heavy, and probably he gonna make a frag. Yep. Yep. Nex is carrying hard this game. BJ, as we remember, dual wheels almost didn't work back then, unless you used some crazy rockets or shotgun combos. Agent still gonna try to deny the armors, play for the next heavy. Honestly, I don't see Rafa taking this, especially that Agent. Yep, yep, that was only chance of Rafa to use dual wheels there, and as I said, dual wheels were not working back then. Interesting. Rapha using over ears like cancellations headsets. Agent is not. I think that's the case because Agent is not used to play on LAN tournaments too much, so he's not used to such headsets, I think, and it's more comfortable for him to sit with those light headsets. Plus, it's hitting as hell in that room, as I told you guys. Oh, those guys messed up orbs so much. Look at this fight. Look, both have orbs. Look what they're gonna do. Like it's like premature shot or something. Okay. That's a crazy shit. Yeah. Very good LG from Rafa and good dodging. He has to make a frag. Okay. Good usage of tribal from Agent. It saved him life literally, but he gave the whole control back. Uh, Rapha gonna has his ability back soon too, so he can attack like now with orb or like whatever. But he's in very good situation. Tribal is making work for Agent. That's a very bad orb again. Good one from Rapha. And we got similar situation to the first round. Rapha taking the first champion. Agent doing the same thing again. So he's starting with Galena and he's nearly dead. Rapha has to chase this. Yeah, he needs to try to make a frag. This is a very hard spot to attack, as I told you guys. He might wait for orb and then attack him. Or he decide to let him go and take control back. Rapha doesn't really like, so it's like opposite to Agent. Agent would keep him there probably and let the items spawn and then go for them. Rapha doesn't like to do it because he knows if he let everything spawn on the map, eventually while he's picking one item, Agent will be able to pick the another one. So instead he's denying green and he's attacking now before that green. Extremely good play by Rapha. He knows he has green behind his back, so even if he's taking damage, which is insane, he still managed to restack, get the heavy. Again, get the lower green and get the mega. Okay, nice. It's a frag. Yep. Mm. What he has to do is push Nyx really hard now before he takes any weapons, especially rocket. Deny armors and then try to get the invis out of Nyx. Yep. Going full in. He needs some. Yep. Now he will bait out the invis. Yep. He needs the green. Good. He knows Nyx has no invis, so he needs to take heavy and go full ham with orb for Agent, and he will make this frag. Agent, as I told you before, like this is the spot where you can play defensive. The only way to attack it is like you cannot attack him because he knows everything and he hears everything unless you got some kind of orb or like invis. So what I see him now is dropping here, orbing there, and chasing him with LG or rocket. Even LG because it's super low stack for Agent. Now he kinda let him go. He's still gonna try to cut him off. Okay, he knows he's upstairs. Nice. Nice. Yeah. He had to chase him. Agent made a mistake. He shouldn't like jump over, especially knowing that Rafa has orb. Well, if he will try to climb up towards the shotgun, Rafa would orb anyway and potentially kill him too. So he didn't really have much of a choice. Okay. That's a good steal from Agent, but a lot of damage from Rafa. So they are even now, yeah. Plus Agent doesn't have guns. And Rafa knows it because he heard him pick up the LG. So now he gonna defend the rocket with rail, yeah. Yep, this is the only gun. What I would like to see from Rafa there is like maybe stick a little bit longer and try to rail Agent. Hmm. Although he probably understood that Agent might have orb back, pick up the rocket launcher and orb rocket into him, and Rafa doesn't have rocket, so he wouldn't be able to defend himself. Nice. See, he knew that Agent has an orb, so instantly he went back from the danger which he had. He couldn't play close range. Agent will use orb and use rocket and kill him eventually. And he bait out the orb. He needs to take heavy and play. That's decent one. And play for Mega. Yeah. He used orb there because there was so little gap between heavy and Mega that he was scared that he's not gonna make it. A lot of good damage from Rapha. Okay. Insane damage from Tribalt again. Tribalt and Nyx are the game changer for Agent this game. Agent also used Orb to pick up the heavy, probably. Okay. Okay. That was risky from Agent. He potentially was losing that Mega. But he's in so much better position now and in so much better like condition, like stack wise than Rafa. Rafa needs to take it chill and now like very interesting what's he gonna do for heavy. Oh, He knows Agent use orb, so he can easily steal this heavy with orb or like with jumping even. Nice. Yeah, Rapha did much better job. Like this orb usage from Agent like lost him that heavy. Very good fake with an orb and good rockets from Rapha. Again, we got a very similar situation. Agent again starting with Galena. Uh, I'm not sure. Uh, Galena has really hard time as we've seen like in previous rounds. Like usually Agent picking Galena as second pick, making him lose anyway. Like that second pick, like that champion. Because like Galena is super slow. See, again, he lost as Galena. So maybe trying to pick Nyx as a second depends like on the situation. Because like if he understands that Ranger of Rapha is very stacked, maybe picking Nyx wouldn't be a good idea. Because then Ranger can bully Nyx away. I don't know. So maybe that's a good strat. Okay. I think he thought Agent used Ghost Walk. Yep, and now it's on opposite. It's very hard for like Rafa to be alive as Galena. Like if Agent doesn't do too many mistakes, it's super hard to kill him. Drop, but Agent still has Invis. Okay, Rafa should be dead. He should be dead. Uh, Agent gives him like the upper green and halts. Rafa didn't go for it. He went for Mega instead and dealt a lot of damage. Good rail. Okay, if he hit that rail, that will be like a kill. Okay, good rail again. Yep, he might kill it. Yep, exactly. Uh, Rafa has to understand. Well, he does understand. Like that was the times where Tribal was only becoming super good. So like some people were not as used to it like as it is now. Now you respect Tribal much more than you did back then. Okay. Interesting again. Okay, good rail. That's risky. That's risky from Agent. He cannot be railable now. The only thing which is saving him is like this ability, but he cannot contest or fight. He has to take some armor. And it's like 4 minutes 36 seconds, so we're gonna hit the overtime soon. And Agent completely lost control, and as I told you guys before, Agent is extremely good without control, so it's gonna be pain in the ass for Rafa to kill him. Rafa needs to try to bait the invis somehow, and he didn't manage to do it, and he lost the heavy armor. That's super bad for Rafa. See how Nyx allowed him to take this heavy. With any other champion, he wouldn't be allowed to take it. Rafa couldn't chase him more because he was risking to taking a lot of damage and he wanted to bait out the orb. Good tribals there. Half of second later and he will deal a lot of damage. And there might be like, I'm not sure if Rafa picked up the lower green. He did. Okay. So now the tribal is fighting back against Agent. Agent again without control, so control is switching back and forth. And Rapha is extremely stacked. He knows Agent is somewhere there. He couldn't like deny this armor because his stack was too big. Okay, see, Agent like hears Rapha all over the place, so he knows what's up. And again, allow him to take the heavy. Very good double jump. Allowed him to hit like the rocket. Good in this. Rapha doesn't know. Jeez. This next guys, super strong. Yeah, I think back then not many people played Nyx. I think maybe Kilson was like picking Nyx a lot, but not much more people. See, Ranger was super good as a force pick like on ZTN back then. Like this allowed him to get out of this situation without losing too much HP. But yeah, I wanted to say that maybe Kilson used some nicks like back then, and I remember there was DreamHack 2018, so one tournament after this one, where Kilson played against Agent, and they had extremely close game. I'm not sure, I think Kilson won in the end, but that was super close game, and I think they were both using nicks at some point. But definitely that was BO5, because that was in a bracket match. Okay, nice push. Okay, good orb, good orb. See, this is strong position of Agent. He's always dealing a lot of damage here with Tribal. Okay, he's in super bad position now. Rapha bullied him away. Although the only good thing for him is that Rapha is super low. Oh no. Yep. That's unlucky bounce. Was too greedy for the mega health. Again, Galena. Uh, let's see what he's gonna do with it, because opposite to Rapha, who had Galena last round and used like 2 totems right away, Agent doesn't really try to stack up totems, which is hard, because if he stack up 2, he can like lose it when dying. So he's kind of keeping it for his fight. See, he didn't even use it there. Okay, nice. Nice camera mode. Good technology back then. Okay. Good LG catch, a lot of the damage. I would love to see him like continue with the LG instead of backing off. It kinda like would give him extra 50 damage or so. Okay. Good tribal, stopping Rapha. Rapha cannot push anymore. He has to keep control, but Rapha will have an orb soon and probably gonna push him really hard. So he has a totem on like TP exit, so he doesn't really have to worry about his back, because he will understand that Rapha took the TP. So he's gonna focus on this side of the map. Yep. Okay. Good dodge. Good dodge. Didn't allow Rapha to hit the rail. Okay, he knows where Rapha is now thanks to the totem. He has to run away. Chasing will be easier for Rapha. Yep, it will be easier because he has an orb. It's Agent's strong position again. He might orb to the heavy. Yep. Jeez, guys. That's a fucking game changer. The tribals are game changer for Agent again. And now I don't see Rapha like carry it with Galena. Okay, unless now he hit the rails, so okay. Now Rapha should stick there with Tribal and not let him go out from here. But see, Agent doesn't even contest in such situations. Rapha usually contests, so Rapha usually get out from there and tries to contest heavy. Agent just gives it up and just, even though he's not up with any champion, he plays for time. So what his idea is to make Rapha push him and then eventually hit few rockets and get a kill instead of like fight for the control. Sorry guys for my voice, but I'm a little bit sick lately. Been to mountains, and it's winter and it's cold as hell, and I get sick. Okay, camera mode fixed. Oh, if Rapha went for him there, I think Agent wouldn't really be ready because he was looking the opposite side. Okay, so he heard rocket jump, but he doesn't know where Rapha exactly is. Now he knows, and he again has totem on TP. So you can see that his gameplay is kind of prepared on this map and the champion, because he's repeating the same things, like those tribal fights and this totem. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if I would. I think I will go for the green actually. Take the green, get hit by the rail, still be alive. But that's a better choice because now he has a green available. Rapha didn't pick it up. Okay. Two totems are down. And see, and Agent still has a totem, and Rapha doesn't. So they playing Galena a little bit different. Agent tries to save his totem, and Rapha doesn't. Okay. Rapha doesn't take the TP. If Agent would be camping their TP on the right side with the totem, and totem was dealing so much damage back then, he could actually even make a frag on Rapha if Rapha entered the TP. That's why he doesn't really want to do it. Yep. Exactly as Caster said, like Agent is setting up the tempo here and pace of the game, and it's like this defensive style allowing him to hit much more than Rapha. And as I mentioned before, like it paid off much more in duel, in round-based duels than time limit duels. And it's a round game for Agent. He needs only one more round to win this game, this map actually. Okay, so they are fighting for the control over the TP, like back and forth. And the overtime is already 1.5 minutes, and it can take forever. Because like the more the game is slow, it also slows down Rafa a bit. See? It's like the control doesn't really matter because like when you play defensive on that map, you can easily hit like two rockets or like tribals like this. Okay, finally good tribal back from Rafa, and we need to see much more of this from Rafa in this game, especially against Agent. Sorry again. Okay, same story. Nice. Rafa. Rafa took the control over the TP and he's got it. Okay. But see how smart it was from Rafa? Rafa knew that because some situations are repeating, right? If you see that some situation, especially if you have control, is repeating, so you see that you are taking heavy jump into Mega and then your opponent is on a Rocket or like lower green, you know that most likely in next rotation will be the similar situation because your opponent still won't have like he won't have the control and he will try to get this lower green. So what Rafa was doing, he was placing constantly those totems on TP because he knew that what's repeating is him taking heavy, going for Mega, and then dealing damage on a lower green to Agent, and Agent eventually escaping to TP. Okay, that was bad. That was bad. Super lucky for Agent. It opens up everything for Agent. Okay, and he gonna... What? Why? If he continued to use like LG, he would actually kill Rapha. And then he switched to Rocket and didn't hit anything. Okay, okay. This bounce, this bounce just fucked Agent over so hard because it made Rapha just flew through the TP and like Agent didn't have time to react. So it's even. First situation was lucky for Agent. Now it's like kinda in favor of Rapha. And he hit the direct. Oh, almost. Okay, let's go. I think Agent has it actually. Again, if Rafa doesn't pull anything crazy, see it is like this dual machine gun didn't do too much to him. Machine gun LG and dual wield was not a good vibe back then. Okay, he has him. Yep. GG. GG. Okay, so we got the first map, ZTN. See, like the previous videos were 10 minutes long, this one is 34, because that's how long it took. with stopping the video and then playing. Anyways, we're gonna definitely watch the second map of them because I think this game is definitely so far more interesting than Cooler Rapha from that tournament. So stay tuned.